Here's the Dirty Dozen sequel you never knew you always wanted. It's summer 1945. The war in Europe is over, but not for Major John Reisman and his new squad of misfits. Before he can hang up his weapon for good, he's summoned by his former commanding officer, General Worden. Intelligence gathered from captured Nazis reveals hundreds of SS fugitives have fled to Argentina. This band of highly trained killers forms a heavily armed enclave known as Neues Schwabenland Sud, meaning New Swabia Land. And according to intercepts, they plan to continue Project Helheim, a top-secret Nazi program developing a weaponized plague in a remote lab at the edge of the world. The Allies can't risk sending official troops, or the public would learn of these dangerous rattlings. That's why they turn to Reisman and his soon-to-be assembled dozen men with nothing left to lose. These are the outcasts, the expendables, the men who will stop at nothing to survive. Reisman offers them noble discharges and a presidential pardon. Training is brutal. Tensions boil over. But Reisman doesn't care, as long as they fight the real enemy. In Argentina, the dozen are smuggled ashore by a friendly captain on a freighter bound for Brazil. Disguised as mercenaries, they infiltrate Neuschwabenland, Sud, sprawling jungle fortress protected by armed Nazi expatriates, ex-SS guards, and their Argentine collaborators. The team kills several high-ranking Nazis, but not before Mendoza is gunned down protecting a wounded comrade. Steiner discovers plans showing the true location of Project Helheim. It's not in Argentina, but at the edge of the world, a fortified research facility buried beneath the Antarctic ice. Reisman and his remaining team hijack a German U-boat and sail south into frozen waters. But as the vessel approaches the Antarctic coast, paranoia grips the team. Just as tempests flare, they reach the Antarctic coast and spot Ice Fist, a hellish fortress carved into a glacier, seemingly impossible to infiltrate. It's guarded by fanatical SS remnants and booby-trapped with deadly defenses. To get inside, they must navigate treacherous ice caverns crawling with German wolf packs, killer sled dogs, and now the deadly pathogen. But the weaponized plague from Project Helheim has already begun to spread among the Nazi scientists. Along the way, Steiner redeems himself by sacrificing the Nazi fuel depot, crippling the base's power. But it comes at a cost. The explosion kills several of the remaining dozen, including Mendoza, who dies in a heroic final stand. Reaching the biolabs, the remaining dozen discover grotesque experiments, evidence that the plague works and that the Nazis intend to unleash it on an unsuspecting world. A massive battle erupts as the Nazi flamethrower squads close in. Brody goes berserk, fighting back with nothing but his bare hands, while Rollins sets the facility ablaze. Its flames engulf the complex. Reisman, Erica, and Washington rig explosives throughout the base. They escape just as the U.S. Navy bombards Ice Fist from offshore. Back in South America, Worden informs them their actions will never be acknowledged. Reisman, lighting a cigarette, stares at the horizon. You think the war's over? It never ends. Not for men like us.